Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Steel Horse Station. Happy New Year. Hope everybody is doing well and didn't eat too much. G'day, Cranky. Great to see you here. Hope the festive season was kind to you and your family. Let's head over to Newlands. If I can get the right screen up, we've got a much better chance. That'll be there. And before I do that, let's... here we go. See if I can get the steering wheel to work first time. That's better. We've got icons on. And so 2023 commences. I'm not really a New Year's resolution sort of person, so I don't have any particular plans to announce. Although 2022 was a bit interesting, so we'll see what 2023 brings. I wasn't doing this a year ago, so it's always a good opportunity to try something new. Now, in terms of where we're up to, the first thing I wanted to do was turn off the zone markers. That was the job that was running around in my head. Okay. So let's begin. So it's December. We're halfway through the day. If we have a look at our fields now, we can see we've got grass planted everywhere. We've got the stubble from, grass planted everywhere. We've got grass planted here, canola and barley, and then we've got the stubble from the sugar beet. That was the word I was looking for. Brain is running about a minute slower than the rest of me at the minute. We've taken the stubble off, so we've mulched the cornfield, and you can see the tractor down there in the middle, which I've got to restart, is in the middle of mulching the sugar beet. So fields are coming along. If we go to our animals, our cows have plenty of food to be going on with for the minute, and they're fine for straw. Yes, very good. It was sugar beet. We've got a shed full of it to prove it. So now our pigs are looking fine, just a little bit low on energy food, and I think that's because we don't have the right grain for them. And our sheep, we filled up with the conditioned grass, and they're in good shape for the minute. And they'll get some more when we cut that end field, so, or the new field, I should say. So that's all goodness. So what we can probably do, the main thing we're short of at the minute, we've got a little bit of cash in the bank, but in terms of doing this, if we want to get a BGA, we need some more cash. And we do want to get a BGA, so what do we got here? Temporary course, nearest waypoint. Okay, maybe I was doing this manually, because there is no course there. That's all right. Let's do it manually. It's easy. It won't take too long. While we're manually mulching this, whoops, I've lost my steering wheel again. I had it and then it went. There we go. That's better. Wish I could figure out what causes that to happen. So while we're getting this stubbled or mulched, we can decide what the next job is. Looks like I missed a couple of patches over there, which we might just run over and grab. Just a couple of spots in the corner by the looks. I also want to test out some little trailer combinations at some point. Or boxes actually on the back of the little tractor, just to see if we've got any other delivery options. That's probably not necessarily a super high priority for today. I was just sort of thinking about, are there ways to improve the efficiency of delivery from the garden centre, particularly so that we can kind of increase the levels of automation. The other plan that needs to be considered is we always need to be on the lookout for more land, but that takes cash too, so we really are needing to roll things forward, I think. Did you get up to anything interesting for New Year's, Cranky? Father Christmas bring you a new technology setup, or just weave around and do it this way? I did yeah, that makes two of us, I suspect. I did very well. I got exactly what I was hoping for, which is a little package of treats from my kids, some coconut ruff, Turkish delight, and chocolate coated Turkish delight, and violet crumble, which is lovely. Although violet crumble probably doesn't translate. It's an Australian, what's the center component? It's a chocolate coated, oh, what is that word? Gosh, my words have gone today. I can't even show you one because I just finished eating the last one last night. Honeycomb, that's the word I'm searching for. Chocolate coated honeycomb is violet crumble. So the sort of things that are good treats, but once a year is probably enough for the body. Now, that's the other thing we need to do, is we need to sort out some fertilizer production, because 5 of our greenhouses at the garden centre require solid fertilizer. We've got the seed sorted. So now we just need to figure out how we can produce solid fertilizer. So a production is required. I don't want it to be super fast and unrealistic, although we can modify it if it kind of looks the part but doesn't produce at a sensible rate. I think it needs to produce about 10,000 litres a month. That would be an adequate rate. The question is what it would require to do that. We're certainly not going to have 10,000 litres of manure a month at the moment. Quite at that level. I'm reluctant to use the one that we put on Griffin. As much as I actually quite like that, I think it works really well. We can try somebody else's mod, I think. I have downloaded a few. And they're probably that's probably a higher priority than the BGA, simply because if we get fertilizer supplied to our greenhouses that need it, that will then in turn produce more income, which will get us to the BGA faster. So that's, at least that's the way I'm thinking about it. Welcome along, whoever joined us. Happy New Year, good to see you. Or at least see the attendance sheet spike. Lurkers are welcome. YouTube seems to be doing its normal thing of telling me everything's wonderful and excellent, but still managing to drop people out of the broadcast every now and again. And then magically put them back in again, so. Right, so that's that job done. One thing you might notice is I did return some equipment to try and keep us, oops, I had already folded. Try and reduce the amount we were paying for. Now, speaking of returning equipment, given that, oh, we've still got corn. If we turn the corn into grain grist, then we wouldn't need to keep the grain grist mill over the winter because there'd be nothing for it to grind. Our forage is, our maize silage is in good shape, our regular silage, so we're kind of looking like we know what we're doing in terms of the Maize Plus deal at the minute. And that would be one more piece of equipment out of the yard for now. So let's see. Where is the tractor? We probably need 2 shots to tip this into that. Oh, come on. line up. 2 shots to tip this in. 17,000 litres. I think the hopper is only, maybe it's 5,000 even. We're just not quite going to swing around there the way we want, are you? Now, before I go and actually do this, let's just check what we actually need. So, the pigs use corn grist, but they also take regular corn as energy food. So we do want to retain some corn. Because what we're missing, we have to buy the supplement for the protein food at the moment until our canola comes in a few months. So what we're missing is just the canola there. So if we've got corn, we have a look at what the pig's food status is. Let's do a little bit of calculation. No, we need to give them some corn, don't we? So if we kept about 5,000 litres of corn and made the rest into, that would be a smart move. Okay, so we want to turn 10,000 of the 10,000 of this into corn grist. Let's just see, tip side back, tip side grain door, that's what we want. Let's start the engine. Overload you in there. That should work. It does. So if we keep 7,000 in here. Right. So we can take that up and put that in the pigs right now, and that should be several months worth of corn. If I have that correct. There's a little bit of manure there. Put all of that in. And then the corn grist we can process, and it probably won't fit now. So we'll just keep it And then we can return the grist mill. I got to put a... Which side do you come out? You come out that side. Feel like we're sort of getting the hang of how this works. Certainly an involved process, but not too bad. Welcome along. Whoever's just popped in, great to see you. Let me just... Trying to make some corn grist here. Come on. Swing around, swing around. There we go. That's going to process away there. And we get more than we put in because of the luprasil, although we'll probably run out of the luprasil, which is not entirely a bad thing. So okay, so their energy food's up and they're basically full. So what's going to be interesting to see is how long that full feed trough lasts, particularly as we've got next month we're going to get some pigs, so that'll be good. And the interesting thing will be how many will we actually get. So we'll see what this breeding rate is like. That'll be the next problem, is the rate at which they breed may outstrip our food production capacity pretty quickly, so we might be put in a position where we're forced to sell a few. We'll see how we go. So what we're trying to do here, for whoever's just joined us, is we're just, because it's December, our fields are pretty much in the state they need to be, either planted and growing or mulched and waiting. So we just want to roll forward, and I'm just trying to get rid of equipment that we've got on lease, in particular this mobile grist mill, before we get to the before we roll over the month. So that's the plan. We'll roll over shortly. It just takes a little while to process. We can duck up while that's going. We can duck up to the... What's the situation with the sheep? Sheep are looking good. Oop. Watch out for that tree, George. Still only a little bit of wool, but they're getting there. We could do with some more water. Yeah. So I can solve for water. We can get that done. Everything else, generally speaking, is growing okay. You full? You will be in a minute. Sides up. Turn that off. World's slowest water pump I got here. Time to finish the coffee before it goes stone cold. Is anyone on the stream either a cricket or a tennis fan? They're the two sports that seem to be particularly active in my part of the world. Lead up tournament to the Australian Open is playing out at the present, and the final test between South Africa and Australia starts at the Sydney Cricket Ground tomorrow. There's our sporting update for the day. I'll watch both, probably with a preference to cricket. TV watch. Occasionally, have been to both. There's also a national T20 tournament cricket on at the moment, which I don't pay much attention to, but it's running nonetheless. Okay, come on, fill this water. So the plan is to put both the fertilizer plant and the BGA on that hard stand area over next to the sugar beet warehouse we put down last time. Actually, when we come to fill up the next tank of water, we'll have a look at what the options are for fertilizer production. Let's just duck in here. No danger in a train, because we know it's stuck on the hill in town. Oh, that's going to unload fairly quickly. It's only filling that's a little bit slow. Duck around our back access road. Right. So if we go into here, productions. There's our hard stand. There's room for quite a bit. This is a loading dock down here, so this bottom out section's at a different height. If we look here, so there's the conventional BGAs, which are really expensive. I was thinking about something smaller and more in keeping. So something like that one at 135. I guess that's the warehouse. Well, maybe that's what I should have put in instead of this one. And then I could have, maybe that's what we should do, is switch it over and put that one there, and that would make, that's Omatana's Farm Productions. Now we would only use it for making solid fertilizer. What do people think? $25,000 is hard to go past. The other alternative is, that's digestate, manure, granular fertilizer from manure. So that's probably, that would do the trick. 45,000. Yeah, we don't want that one. Grist mill we've got to put in. Oh, that's the other thing we'll put up here. So that'll fit in here at some point. And that's 50,000. Slurry and digestate dryer. Okay, so that turns slurry into fertilizer. Maybe something for down the track. Oh, here we go. These were the mini ones that I was looking at. There's that one. Not sure what the difference between them is. So I'm thinking something like this would be the go. Obviously not sitting on top of it, but maybe popped in here. We'll see. For the minute, we've got to generate some more cash. That's the other one. But at 60,000, it's more than I want to spend, so I think it's down to either this one, but I am leaning towards swapping out our barn over there for Omatana's. We might do that in a minute. I'll go and have a look what's in the one we've got. Okay, that's full. Let's pop back over. That should take us pretty much to filling that. Filling the sheep trough. Welcome along, whoever's just joined. It's great to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the start to 2023. Where are we here? Overload. Our corn should have finished milling now, so we can, or we will be in a position to roll forward. Come on. And the trouble with four-wheel steer, it kicks the back out. The other reason why I wanted to do a little bit of experimentation on deliveries is this truck, while working perfectly for what we use it for to deliver to the farmers market, is actually really expensive. We've only got it on lease because to buy it was like 150 grand. Pop you in there. It's a terrific little unit, but It's just an expensive proposition, so... Oh, it looks like we've got either aloe or bamboo to sell on the next day, so that'll be good. Let's put you back where you belong on your course. Turn you off. Now, over here... So we have 102,000 litres of hay. Well, we can magic that. Let's move you out of the way. What else have we got now? Let's move you out of the way. The dog kennel might be problematic, but we'll work around that. I'd probably want me to empty it before it'll let me delete it, won't it? Let's see. Actually, we get 50,000 back from selling it. That's a bonus. If we sell you, yes. Okay, and now we go into productions and we put, what's the difference between the two? Oh, it's the red one and the, I think I like that one. And we just need to figure out how to put it down there without clobbering the dog. Okay, and we had 104,000 litres of hay in it, didn't we? So if we go to, let's have a look here. Farm supplies production, does all sorts of things, most of which we won't use. Digestate solid fertilizer. Okay, it doesn't do what I was wanting it to do. But it's a better storage solution than we had, so I actually wanted it to make, it'll make solid fertilizer out of digestate, but it won't make solid fertilizer out of manure, which was the primary thing I was looking for. Okay. Never mind. We live and we learn. But we will put... now... productions... We want... Which production point is it? It is... Production point 27. So now I want fill level. Input was A, wasn't it? And set it to 104,123. There we go. So that job is done. Welcome along. So we've had a couple more folks join. We're just tidying up a couple of things. That one just actually generated some unexpected funds for us, which will prove useful. It also didn't solve our problem of fertilizer production. So now that means we're going to plan B, but we actually have the cash to go to plan B. So we sort of solve one problem slightly. So I'm wondering, given the nature of what it looked like, let's turn these on again because otherwise we won't know when we go to place it. I'm wondering if I should actually put it in here, given it's fertilizer. And this is where it'll be used predominantly. Or do I... all these decisions. Fertilizer production. So that one's digestate. We don't want that. We want manure. What are that? Right, so it's got to be that side. Make more sense to put it up here, wouldn't it? Just tuck it in the corner by the gate, I reckon. What are you overlapping with? The fence. I don't want you to do any landscaping there, champ. I think. So let's just put you down like so. The fact that it's not perfectly level is not a problem to me. Because I reckon you would have created a bigger mess if I'd let you go. So now we just move manure from down there to up here and we can make fertilizer. Okay. That's good. Has our grain finished milling? That'll be the last thing we'll do for today, for this game day, and then we'll roll forward. Our grain looks like it's finished milling. So what do we got here? So we can return the grain grist mill, which won't be required for several months more. Hopefully we'll have enough to buy the new production by then. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So we'll return you. Yes. We don't need you. Yes. And the rest of these things are largely in use. That light trailer wasn't as useful as I hoped. Okay. That'll do. Right. So. Let's go on and go forward a day, I think. The animals are in good shape. We have nothing in particular. Maybe we should sell some sugar beet. That would generate some cash. Because we're not going to need to feed all of that to the animals. Maybe we should do that. One load. That might be a good idea. Let's run up. And sell one load of sell one load of sugar beet, I think. Although if we're going to put in, maybe we'd be better off running that through the BGA. So no, we won't do that. Change my mind. We'll hang on to it. Now we want to be going to the house so that we can $8 the next. We want to go 7 so we can, if it's too dark, we'll accelerate. Oh, we've got snow on the ground. We can get rid of those icons. That really needs to be a this week project for me to figure out a button to turn those on and off. It must be possible. Just requires some code. Right, it is a bit dull. Let's send some things to sell. No worries, Cranky. Take care of what you need to, mate. People are popping in and out, but staying silent. So, I don't know why. Not that it matters. People can lurk in the background as much as they like. Now, what have we got here? We have 8,000 of red cabbage. And a bunch of trees to sell. So let's get the trees going. When we've got the truck on its way, I will fast forward. You saw the effect of all of our leased equipment. Oops, I didn't put that on very straight, did I? So it's costing us about, our operation all up's about 12,000 a month in sunk costs. There we go. So Alt 0 and we want to go to farmers market tree sell, and you should be able to drive there without getting caught. And you can. Hopefully the snow will not cause you too much difficulty. Get you out of the way for a sec. Hey Jason, very happy to have you, and anybody else says a lurker, happy new year, good to see you. Hope the winter or the shutdown projects are proceeding on schedule. From memory, you had a bunch of upgrade work to do that you were worried was going to fit in the time. Right, let's go a little bit faster because this is not much fun to watch in the dark. Let's bring the sun up. Should come shortly. Come on. 8 o'clock probably. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so that's going to go and deliver. We need to get our fertilizer production going, which means we need to find the tractor, which has, that's the one I want, with the bucket on it. There won't be much in the cow pen here, but we might as well grab it while we're there. Better squeeze through here. Oh, there's more than I thought. Back out of there. Let's zip across. It's a winter wonderland here today. So we might, if the snow stays with us, we won't stay in January particularly long, just long enough to get this fertilizer production sorted and a little bit of cash in. Now from memory, you pop the poop in the left. And if we go and look and see what happens. Distributor. What's it called itself? Manure in. So gets us 500 out. It produces it pretty quick though. So we need lots of manure to produce a little bit of fertilizer, which is not entirely unrealistic, I guess. So let's head around here. Okay. He's reached the tree cell, but he hasn't sold any trees, so that suggests we need to go and sort him out. Our fiddly little trigger there. What's happening? Hello? That's better. Now we're selling. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's in this tray, it must be right on the limit of the box, tip box. Potted tree load, back you go. Now, where are we here? Let's grab some of this manure. Don't want snow, that's annoying. Back up, turn, come on, there we go, down, so, oh I got snow, I don't want snow, get out of there, go into the pile first, now we're cooking, now drop. Not that there's a lot here, but come on. Did I make it more difficult? Happy New Year again, Uga. Welcome along. I hope it was, did you have a good working first day? You're in Turkey, aren't you? If I recall correctly. So I'm guessing it's the end of your 2nd of January. We're just trying to get our fertilizer production up and running here. And we've got a bit of snow on the ground. But as our livestock numbers increase, we should do better with fertilizer production. So let's see here. So the interesting question is, if I distribute out of here, where's it going to go? We'll find out, I guess. Okay. So that's good. Our truck has just got back, so we'll leave him here. I'll grab you off the back. Empty pallet should be that way around. And we need to move those up so that fills. It's pretty close. So the next one to sell is going to be our red cabbage, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, red cabbage. Let's do that. That looks the fullest. Very nice. Well, taking it easy sounds like a very good plan. So, have one for me. I'm not much of a drinker these days, but not that I was ever much of a drinker. Let's see if that behaves a little better. Oh, it's going to a different sell point. Where do we need to send you? You have red cabbage. Let's have a look at our little stock check tool. Red cabbage isn't going to, yes it is going to show. The farmer's market is the best price. So we will sell farmer's market veggie sell. That's the one we want. Whoops. Let's try and okay. I was close enough that the straps caught me. Let's try that again. Get you out of the way. So you'll get another pallet of that to sell. Honey we won't worry about today. What are they sitting up there? Tomatoes. Flowers. We could probably sell some flowers. We don't need to sell lettuce. And we don't need to sell strawberries. Over here, some bamboo to sell. That's probably the next priority. Okay, so financially we don't quite have enough to put the BGA down. Let's have a look. Now, manure's run out of manure and it's distributed all the fertilizer that it made. So I'll deactivate you. And where did it distribute it to, you might ask? I'm guessing not to there. Did it put it in the distributor? It's got some. So we'll remember that number 3422 because I'm not convinced that the distributor is actually distributing fertilizer. It's almost out of water though. So what we're going to do, oops. Just because water's really annoying. So the distributor. That's really interesting. How did it run out of water so quickly? It holds, I filled it up recently. It holds 1.5 million litres. I can't for the life of me understand how it could have run out. Particularly when it hasn't been running. Bizarre. Okay, I'm not sure this distributor is working properly. But let's give it another whirl. So we use easy dev. The production point, the distributor is what? Production distributor is production point 24. So if we go to production point 24 and we want fill level for water to be full. Right, so it's now full of water. If we turn you on, that's odd. Okay, did it sell? It has arrived. Oops. Hasn't sold again. The snow is making us too high. That's interesting. Oh, despite what it says, I've got a sneaking suspicion you can't sell red cabbage at this sell point. Oh no, you can. Just got to get it in this trigger. Rightio. So you can go back to the load, which you should be able to manage on your own. We'll get one more load sent across before the gates shut into the farmers market. And then I think what we'll do is roll the day forward. Let's just check on our other animals. There's plenty of food for the cows. That's interesting. The pigs are eating about 20% a month. Well, that's the other thing we have to look at. So our pigs bred. So 10 pigs produced 85 offspring. So that's the mod that we're running that produces a randomized litters, and I had downgraded it to be sort of 20% chance of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it looks like we got the 8. Or maybe it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't remember precisely, but the point was I did downgrade it slightly, and we still got our 10 that bred gave us 80 piglets. So now we're going to go through food pretty quick. And what I'm wondering, it'll be a little while before they breed. These guys are going to breed again in 4 months. Oh no, it was, sorry, I tell a lie. It was both lots. So 20 produced 80. So we got 4.5. Okay, that wasn't quite so extreme. So what that tells us is this mod enables you to make money from pigs. The challenge is going to be keeping the food up to them. So hopefully the piglets won't eat too much for the first couple of months, but we might need to sell these a little bit earlier than I anticipated because, oh no, we'll let them reproduce once more and then sell them, I think. But we are definitely going to be printing pigs at that reproduction rate. And the cow are the sheep. There's 22 of those. So, okay, they're also fine for food. Let's go over here and do one more load. Let's put you off to the side there. Go and get the other one. So we'll just sell this to top up the coffers and then roll forward into February, I think. The snow kind of limits anything else we would do at the minute. Get off there. There we go. doing? So when we get to the tree cell, where are we? FM tree cell? No, I want FM tree cell. There we go. It's better. Try not to hit that one. You can take the tomatoes. Will you take the tomatoes? Slow load. No, it's not going to take you off there. Let's just go back. This distributor is still not happy. Maybe it'll sort itself out on the hour. You've run out of wool, so we'll turn you off. So you've run out of water. How can that be? Everything should have heaps of water. You probably take... that's where all the water went. That's where all the water went. Into the warehouse we put down. So Omatana's other production stole all the water. However, once it's full, that won't happen again. Just let it go for an hour or so of game time and see if it sorts itself out. Need these tractors up here. Let's move you back. So after we put the BGA in, our next priority is probably land, and then the mill for making grist, I think. So if we have a look at the land menu, I think it makes sense to buy these two areas. There's a few trees to get rid of, but we can get a couple of medium size or small to medium fields off them. What's that? 60 and 80, so 140,000, and that'll give us this wedge. The issue with these two is that the workable area is not so big. the workable area, and that's actually quite small. And then we probably want to shift to the other side of, well, we've got a choice. We can take a more densely wooded area across this side of the road. We can take hillside up here, or we can take the flatlands to the south. They're decisions that are a fair way in front of us, of course. Okay, so that was the delivery arriving. Well, today all of a sudden odd things happening. Must be the new year. So you can find your way back to the load point. We're at 44,000, which I think is just short of what we need for the BGA. The BGA, I have my eye on 55,000 I need. Is one of these. Well, don't see it. That one's potatoes and silver beet. Sugar beet. BGA with refueling. Oh, okay. So I think I want the BGA with refueling. I reckon that's the one we want, maybe. At 55. Unless we go, that's 135, yeah. I think we take the 55,000 one. Unless somebody's got a recommendation for another BGA that we should use. Let's go back down to the yards, and by then the other tractor should be back where it belongs. We've clicked over an hour, so... Oh no, we haven't. I'm looking at the wrong clock. I'm looking at my game time and my local clock. Road feels more dangerous with the snow on it. Let's pop that corn grist at least under the overhang. And you... There we go. Turn you off. Right, so... I think we will roll forward a day. It's the best strategy. Get out of the snow and the cold. Let's see what happens. So where's our delivery man? You can put you down. Ah, managed to stop you in the middle of the yard. You filled yourself up, which is good. You guys are doing fine. Now, has our distributor sorted itself out? At least we now know why it ran out of water unexpectedly. Okay, so that's down. And it seems to be behaving itself. The seed volume has dropped. The solid fertilizer has not. So why is it not delivering solid fertilizer? Okay, so we might have to take solid fertilizer out of there. Interesting. I don't understand, but there you go. Let's pull you off. I don't want to pull you off there because what'll happen if I'm not careful is you'll pick up the wrong trees. I got bamboo. How did I? Oh, I got bamboo out of that one. That's what happens with these bags, unfortunately. When they're empty, they're a bit of a pain. Come on, forwards. There we go. Send you back to the market. I'll just send you to the right spot. Much better chance of selling at the correct sell point. How are our animals doing? Yeah, so they're chomping through the food. There's probably, what was that, 30? So there's probably only 2 or 3 months worth of food there. Dropped 300. 300. Oh, the fertilizer dropped 300. Interesting. Okay. That's still really slow though. Because it should be distributing 7,900 a month. I might have a bit of a play with I wonder if it's a rounding error because of the discrepancy between how many cycles this distributes and how many these distribute. Might have a bit of a play with the XML and see if I can figure out a way just to make it work a little bit better. I mean, we don't really need fertilizer in it. It should be able to distribute straight from the fertilizer production. Now, the main reason for having it was because I had 5 greenhouses that needed it, so that I didn't need to put fertilizer into each one of them. And the only reason, well, the way to solve that is production revamp introduces the ability to prioritize. The only trouble is it breaks a bunch of things. So it's just incompatible with a couple of things. I tried it already. So, okay. We'll ponder that one. What's happening in the wool department? Wool is coming. We didn't breed any sheep, did we? Not yet. They're next month, I think. No, a couple months. Oh no, next month we'll get a couple. Be interesting to see how many, what the multiple is for sheep, but that breeding effort on the pigs was significant. So all of a sudden we've got up to 100 pigs, which probably means we're producing more manure, which means I probably need to keep an eye on the straw levels in here now. What's the manure like? It's only 2,000 litres there. The straw's not too bad. Certainly good there for another month. Everything looking very snowy. I'm just waiting for that truck to deliver. Let's turn the engine off, shall we? Why will you not? You're running. All these engines running across the yard. We didn't sell again. Can't have anything to do with that tree being down there. We'll sort that out in a minute. Maybe because that tree's down, it's not backing far enough into that. We will investigate. Let's see. Potted tree load. Off you go. Let's just jump out of there. Don't know where you're supposed to be. Come on, stand up. It was probably on the side over here, but maybe that'll make a difference. So, 46,000. So the next load will give us the cash to buy the BGA. Sorry, it's a bit painful in terms of progress. We've just got a few steps to get through to generate the cash. We'll just wait for that truck to come back. There'll be enough trees there. What's that one? That is flowers. We could go and sell those at some point. I think these trees will do the job. What was in the sales today? Interesting, Massey. Maybe 120. Ooh. Planter is not a bad option. But I think we need the BGA more, so... But that would be a good pickup for us. Come on. In you pop. Load them up. They're going to spawn any more in the hole. Yes. One. Okay, so we can slide the rest up. Oh, there's plenty more to spawn. So at least this production's making plenty of stuff for us. And this pallet will give us enough to buy the BGA, so that'll be feel like we've made some progress. Champ. Why do you not want to get in there? Why are you being difficult? Quick load. Potted tree, FM tree cell, off we go. Just while that's heading over, are we getting any errors? Because I'm getting some odd things happening here. No, it's not unduly worried about anything. Okay. Interesting. See, it's still sitting on 3143. Now, okay, we haven't kicked over an hour yet. Let's put the speed up. And let's see what happens. $120 should be fine. We'll get it to kick over the hour there. Now let's have a look. Yeah, see, minuscule. Why is it not distributing? I reckon it's a proportions thing. But even so, that doesn't make sense because those proportions still aren't that. If it's got a total capacity of, what's that, 80, 160, 710. 710 cycles, even if it only gives 10%, it should do more than 20 litres of fertilizer in an hour. I will need to do some testing offline, I think. Yeah, come on, Mr. Truck, get to where you need to get to so we can put this BGA in. Think about where to put it. There's a gate there. Probably not a bad spot just there, actually. And we will need zone markers again. Where's our truck? Approaching the town. You can watch him drive in. Town obviously does a pretty good job with its snow clearing on its main roads. And interesting that little pond doesn't freeze. Let's just look here. Let's see, I've got that. Let's move the cell point back a bit. That's a problem. Let's pull you out. Let's do a little bit of course editing here. Turn you on. Move you back into the line we want. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's try that again. No, we're still not getting in the trigger. I don't know why. But now we have enough cash. So send you home. Let's go across. This will do. Now where are we going to put this? Makes a bit of sense to have it over here near the fuel tank, actually. This is the one we want. Mini BGA with refueling. How have I not got enough money? Something very bizarre going on. It's 55,000. I have 55,000. I have 67,000. How have I not got enough money? If I turn on free placement, it doesn't make any difference. That is odd. How do I not have enough money? There's no landscaping to do here. It's dead flat. How about that? That was very odd. That was very odd indeed. There is something weird going on, that's for sure. Now, thinking about placement here. What do we want? Maybe there is fine. maybe I don't need that tank behind it either. Get out of it. As we run back up to the yard. It doesn't look out of place in there. It's just whether or not I need it. That's fine. That's all good. And so now we can straw makes digestate. We can make maize silage here, grass silage. So if we put sugar beet in, we will make digestate. Cool. So we want to put some sugar beet in. It's not the one I want. Let's get this guy up there. Put some sugar beet in and see how we go. Oops. Visual cues are a bit different. Let's drop you back over there. Don't get hit on the edge. There we go. Don't have any sugar beet cut. Let's put a full trailer load in and just see where it leads us. And then we'll find out if we can actually drop out of this container or not either. Start overloading, that's the message we wanted to see. Okay. So now we have, that was a good choice, that filled it up. So sugar beet is in there. If we activate you, we don't want to use that. We have got a place now to bring our slurry. We could bring silage over if we wanted to. And I'm assuming, not having used BGAs before, that my electric charge is just going to, I'm just going to get paid for that, am I? When it says spawn. Or is it going to store it? No, it's going to store it. Okay. I have to set electricity to set to sell. Okay. So I'll keep the digestate, but I'll sell the electricity for the minute, and we'll keep the methane for the moment. Part of what I'm thinking of is that if we picked up an electric tractor, if I can figure out how to use that for our deliveries, that'll be an all-around cheaper option, because we can fuel it from here. We can run up what I was kind of contemplating. So if we could find a way to make it work. Where are we here? Oh, wrong one. A little ridgy track. And then we put, because it doesn't have a front loader on it, but we put it does have 2 3-points. And if we potentially put a weight and something like one of these, we could potentially get the pallet in there. And it could do the delivery. At least that's the idea. Assuming the pallet will fit at least one of these. Where are we? How did you get stuck there all of a sudden? Very odd. The pallet won't fit. Not even long ways. Let's have a... What is going on here? There is some weird behaviors. I must have a very odd mod conflict of some sort, because how did you get stuck here? That makes no sense at all. That's the one I want. That's herbicide. Oh yes, it doesn't look wide enough, does it? Let's just move you back across to the yard, somewhere around about there. Where did I manage to put that? Okay, I give up. I've launched it into the ether. It's anybody's guess. Did I put it on the roof maybe? Can't see it if I did. Not having a good day. That's the dolly. Turn you off. Turn you off. Ah, there it is. Next building down. Somewhere. Have I reckon I've dropped it inside that building. It'd be my guess. Doing very well. I am. No, it's to my left. Yeah, I've dropped it inside that building. Awesome job. Yes, I want to reset. Thank you. That's better. Oh, it's just too narrow that way. However, let's just see here. Have I got something with a 3-point hitch on it? Not up at the yard. You'll do. I think you are fair. I'm looking for. That's what I want. So if I put something like that, unwieldy, but it straps on. And the advantage, it's a bit longer than I want. That's the only thing. That might be a problem in the market, but I can experiment with that. The other alternative potentially is to go with something like, I don't know if the little cargo cart would do it. I just think a trailer is potentially problematic. I'm guessing that one's the same size. Doesn't give me dimensions. That is the other option. At least one of those. Which side? So I can tilt and lower, and it will pick it up. Maybe something like that would be better. The advantage of that is I can put it front or back. And you could definitely put that on the ridgy track, which is of course a much smaller tractor to begin with. So I'm thinking that probably the little 3-point fork on the front is a better solution. Are there belts on it? Maybe. Oh well, that's something to potentially ponder and give a whirl next time. So it was a little bit more logistics than I wanted to, or than I expected to do today, but we've got a couple of extra productions which should serve us well, and that should start to reduce our operating costs. And next month the snow will be gone, and we can get back into field work. So that'll be Thursday afternoon, evening for US and Europe, and Friday morning for me. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the first week of the new year, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.